If you could start by introducing yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Gary Fielder. I'm an attorney from Denver, Colorado.
What is O'Rourke versus Dominion class action?
Well, first of all, it was a brainchild. A little bit after the election, I was watching the cases that were coming down from Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood and Rudy Giuliani and others, and just wondering, what was the real approach to take and what was the best thing for the people, really. And so, a little bit after Thanksgiving, it really struck me that instead of trying to stop the election, instead of trying to get an injunction or to ask a federal court to tell a state what to do, the best way to approach the situation was through a damages claim, through a class action lawsuit. So I started talking to some friends of mine, attorneys, and other people that I knew, and pretty soon we had some people interested in becoming plaintiffs, and before you knew it, we had 8 different people from 6 different states that were interested in becoming the original plaintiffs of what hopefully will become a massive class action lawsuit. And it kind of speaks for itself. It's a class action lawsuit that attempts to demonstrate that there were many actors in this situation, negligent, reckless, intentional, or otherwise, that violated the rights of the voters in the United States. And so when you talk about class members or who's in the class, well, if you're a registered voter, no matter who you voted for, your rights were violated. Your vote didn't count as much as it should have if it got digitized, if it got changed, if it got switched. If you voted for Biden, maybe you're happy that he won the election. If you voted for Trump, you're all upset, but that's not the point. The point is, what about the next election? What about the election after that? Who's going to gain control of this technology? Is having voting machines, just generally speaking, a good idea? Much less the other individuals like the governors, the Secretary of States, who really breach their constitutional duty, not to mention some of the other defendants, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and others who not only interacted individually and through their companies directly with regard to the election, but then took steps to suppress the speech of others who attempted to complain about it. So, yeah, it's a complaint for damages, but they'll ultimately be a request for injunctive relief. There'll ultimately be some changes and just the public disclosure of information, not what you hear on the internet, not what you read in an article, but what can be proven to a jury, not a judge, but what can be proven to a jury is going to make all the difference. That's what's going to be the difference maker in this case, as opposed to others that may have gotten dismissed or didn't gain any traction.